Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at the BE from Periodic Audio. I don't know why Google did that. Nobody asked for Google. But anyway, so you see there's the carbon, the beryllium, the magnesium, and the titanium. I thought there was another one. Apparently I was wrong. They also have an amplifier, portable amplifier. And different things, shirts, cables. They even have the dongle. We did that already. So we're going to go to the beryllium so I can give you the specs on it, because the specs aren't actually on the box. So, okay, we have a frequency response of 12 to 45 kilohertz, an impedance of 32 ohms, sensitivity of 100 decibels, 200 milliwatts continuous, and so 32 ohms is good. They give you a lot of specs. Nozzle diameter, my goodness, what a bunch. I mean, they really they don't give it to you on the box, but when you go through this phone really has problems. Those are just all the different specs that they have for this particular model. So as you can see, I don't know, we'll go back, see if we can see. All the models basically a similar type of shell, similar type of cable. What the big difference is with them is the obviously the price. I didn't even touch anything and it did that. This phone, this is why I don't use this phone anymore. It has it's one of those phones with the screen goes to the edge, and if you so much as just put your finger just a little bit over there, you press something. So anyway, getting on the point, the most expensive that they have is $379. That would be the carbon. Let me know if I should do that one for you. The BE would be the next expensive. That's $279, so it's almost $300 for this one. The magnesium and the titanium are both $199. And it gives you an explanation. It says desert island must have for the BE, because the BE is probably really, really good sounding. Then you have the magnesium, which really sounds great. The titanium seem to be a little bit on the brighter side from what I've heard. Now you have to remember, I'm going to shut this off right now because I don't need that anymore. This is an American company, so the price is going to be a little bit more expensive than Hi-Fi. You get this container right here. Inside this container, stuffed with ear buds, ear tips, an adapter, another adapter. Plus you get this case. I personally wouldn't use this case, but it's nice to have the case. I keep the accessories in. Because it's a little on the small side, and it's metal, and it's, you know, I have other cases, soft and hard cases that I would use. Just twist that on there, and then you got a cool looking accessory case. Another thing that makes these unique, obviously the shell. It's kind of a chubby bullet shape. It's unique. Bring that up there. Very comfortable. You get a 2.5 millimeter, one pole. So that's unique. Nice cable. It's kind of a nylonish cable. I'm not sure if it is nylon or if it's something else. Could be Kevlar reinforced, I don't know. This little plug, which will fit into any phone, which is good, because a lot of phones, if you have one of those big chunky plugs, it just doesn't work. You could have an adapter or get a dongle or something. Isolation on these is good. Really good. They really have great isolation. They're comfortable because they're very rounded. The chunky size, I guess if you had like super small air canals, maybe, I don't know, because you can always change the tip. Otherwise, for me, they were very comfortable. So ultimately, build quality. This is plastic. Unlike the generation, this is the third generation, by the way. There were 3 generations of this. Now, the originals, the body was different, but the cable was non-removable. I don't know about Generation 2. I think it was similar. And then the improvement on Generation 3 is, of course, this unique removable cable. As far as I know, they're the only ones that have a 2.5 millimeter cable going into a pair of earphones. And it makes for an interesting thing, because when you want an upgrade cable, there are a lot of upgrade cables. Like, a lot of the older hi-fi men took the 2.5, so you can use this for hi-fi men, the older ones. What else can you use this for? One More Triple driver also has a 2.5 millimeter dual. Remember, it's dual because these are IMs. So let's get into the sound. Okay, we've established they're comfortable. They have a decent build quality to them. I mean, it is plastic, but it's a good, very solid plastic. Comes with a decent amount of accessories. You get your adapters, you get your cable, you get your, all those different tips. Comfortable, good isolation, sound. Sound on these is very good. They're very rich sounding, the beryllium. It adds to very rich sounding. There's good low end. It definitely has some really excellent controlled bass. Then there's, you get into the mids, and the mids have a nice little warmth to them. But they're clear. They have a nice forwardness to them. Definitely not a lot of recession there, even though this is kind of a V-shaped. In between that, you usually get like a lower end with the mids, and then vocals can be pushed forward. But instruments in that sound decent on there. There's a decent amount of instrument separation. Overall, the treble is, I wouldn't say it's polite. It does have a decent extension. But it doesn't overdo the extension. Just kind of hangs out in that range where, even people that are treble sensitive are going to say, well, that's decent. And you get some details there as well. Now, of course, this is a dynamic driver. It's a Berlin dynamic driver. So it's not going to give you like balanced armature level details and technicalities. But it does a fair job, and it sounds extremely pleasant. There isn't a music that you can't listen on this. Because the bass doesn't overpower anything. And then, like I said, the mids kind of shine through. Even though they have a hint of warmth, they are very clear. And then you get the treble, and it has a decent amount of detail, a decent amount of extension. Soundstage isn't the widest soundstage, but it also isn't intimate either. So it just kind of hangs in the middle. I would say it's above average. And this would appeal to a lot of people. This particular signature would appeal to a lot of people, anybody listening to pop, to rock, or whatever. Beryllium drivers really have a nice richness and just a special tonality to them. Not too long ago we did the magnesium, which was very good. Now we have the BE. I'm going to show you the charts for this as well. They put the charts on the inside here. There you can see the charts. Which one's the main? Total harmonic distortion. So, just smacked into the camera. So you see right there, when it gets to the highs, it does have like a fast roll off. So there's no harshness there. There's no treble fatigue whatsoever. And we have that scoop in the mids, which is typical for a V shape. And of course the bass starts up there and goes way down. Notice it's pretty consistent overall. I don't have anybody else's charts on these. It's very hard to find reviews for these, to be honest, because everybody's already reviewed Like if you really look these up right now, you'd probably get the older versions, maybe the Gen 1 or the Gen 2, which is kind of it's kind of like a flatter. The back is flat, and I don't know if the material is metal or wood on the older ones. But it was a different design completely, and of course, like I said, the cable doesn't come off. So that's a plus to have this type of cable. The company does make aftermarket cables too, so they know how to make good cables. This is a decent cable. It's soft, it's flexible enough, it doesn't tangle up. As you can see, it just go like this, and it's all untangled. So overall, it's a decent build quality. I suppose this is for somebody looking for a specific thing. If you're looking for maybe a professional type monitor that's made out of beryllium and you're in the music business or something, and you want to get like an American brand or something like that, then I could see getting Periodic Audio. It's a decent overall monitor. I know it is expensive, so that would be up to the purchaser if that's what they want to spend on these. But overall, I thought these were very good. I listened to these for a long time, put them aside. I've got a ton of other chi-fi things that it came in, listened to those, put these back, and I was, gonna say maybe I like the other things better, but these shine through. The beryllium do shine through. They do have a decent sound, and of course, putting them on the V6 or the Griffin or the TK2 or something like that, really good equipment, they just shine even more. So they're very good. So that said, if you're in the market for something on this idea, if this fits your need, I would definitely say you'd probably like the beryllium. The magnesium, if you want to go cheaper. Magnesium has kind of a similar sound, but not as good as the beryllium. Overall, decent quality, cool marketing with the different elements and everything. They just make a decent product overall. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was informative. This has been the Periodic Audio BE, a beryllium in-ear monitor with a removable cable, and just overall really rich sounding, decent V-shape. Fun, and yet has some details to it as well. Thank you. Please stay safe, and I will see you again in the next video.